Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found and we crown them the circus kings. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's finding out, shining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause you're coming and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. This is the greatest show.
This message brought to you by the fucking Bronx Bomber. Oh yeah.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Foundation. WGP. Oh, things are about to heat up. Because the best of the best of Bronx Bomber is here in Starting Point. And things is about to get a little spicy in this place because this is the start of something new. New here in this new regime that you guys got going over here. WGP, Foundation, collabing together, mixing together one owner. And you see, I'm here for one thing, and that's WGP. Because you see, I already conquered what I needed to conquer in Foundation. A blueprint champion, a former, the second ever prototype champion, Come on. Come on. So now it's time for me to come to a place that I have never conquered. And that's WGP. It is. Because come on. I already did my thing in HSP. I already did my thing in PWR. I already did my thing in EMP. And WGP is the only company that is left in the promo verse for me to conquer. So I am here. WGP, SNES, Lit Fuse, Kevin, Wolf, The Plague. Everybody is on notice. The Bronx Bomber is back. And I ain't playing no games this time around. Because you guys know that the best of the best of Bronx Bomber is always ready for a fight. Oh yeah, it's a happy day. Can you feel it, baby? Oh yeah.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, welcome to day 3 of Starting Point. I am the owner of the foundation in WGP, Hollywood Haywood, and oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, are my eyes deceiving me? The countdown, counted down, and we have the return of the Bronx Bomber here to WGP. Ladies and gentlemen, business is booming, if I do say so myself, and we have some incredible action here for you tonight. And tonight, we're going to start off with a match straight out of WGP, as we will see the Havoc Championship defended in a triple threat match as Lit Fuse takes on former WGP World Champion, The Alpha, and the Illusionist, Luke Thompson. Let's get down to Petey Bufferton and let's kick off Starting Point Night 3.
The fight, the feeling, the Havoc. It's a triple threat match for the Havoc Championship as Lit Fuse defends against Alpha AJ Davis in the Illusionist here at Starting Point.
I watched this young man rehearse this afternoon. He's unique. And this year they're introducing a young man that you'll meet in just a moment who has won all kind of awards. You like magic?
I love it, and I hear you rave about him. I did not watch the...
He's been making a lot of noise in magic circles. This is a first appearance on national television. Would you welcome, please?
Tonight is a grand storm. It is named Luke the Illusionist is taking on all this area of Alpha and Lit Fuse on tonight's forecast. I cannot believe what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. What in the world is Luke?
Every day is going around, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we got Alpha and we got Lit Fuse on the chopping block today, ladies and gentlemen. But oh, can you say about that Luke the Illusionist, how that storm is just rising up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, man, in today's weather and today's climate, we need something like Luke the Illusionist to take over WGP. Ladies and gentlemen, this storm in your life is known as Luke the Illusionist, and tonight it is the starting point that we know that he is the best of the best. You see, there's wolves named Alpha. Wolves named Alpha that's in this life. And we must understand that we have the power within ourselves to defeat us, because we have life ticking like a dynamite stick, like a lit fuse. And it's ticking away, but we know we... My fellow Americans, yes, we are here today, and we know the enemy's at foot. We know that Alpha and Lit Fuse is the enemy. And we know that Luke the Illusionist is the right call to take that WGP championship, the Havoc championship, ladies and gentlemen. I want to perfectly clear that Alpha seems to know the next move, but the reality of the situation is he doesn't know shit, ladies and gentlemen. Lit Fuse thinks that he's a champion worth defending that championship, but we know that Luke knows the best route to go. He might be the storm, he might be the raging fire. But ladies and gentlemen, we know that the course is clear. Alpha doesn't know exactly what to do. He has stumbled upon it and he has been silent ever since Luke got on the screen there the other day, as we saw on the page. And then you have Lit Fuse. We haven't heard jack squat since anything happened from him. But who knows what we may hear on this, and we know how to end this, that it's all about I am not giving you your catchphrase, bitch. Everybody talking about me. Everybody talking about the storm. Everyone talking about how through the ages, through it all, that I have been cured. It's truth. Alpha no longer poses a threat. Lit Fuse poses no threat. And boom, the dynamite stick blows up in both of your faces, and out walks the new WGP Havoc champion out of starting point. The truth is you don't know where I'm going to hit, how I'm going to hit. You just know that I am unpredictable. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my starting point.
You want to know what the problem is? The problem is when the sheriff leaves town for a little bit, everybody thinks that they could just run and be free. But that semblance of freedom is an illusion. And illusions are made to be broken. See, I got a short fuse nowadays. I was broken, battered, beaten, forced to the bottom with you bottom feeders, right? That's all y'all are. I'm not going to call you the master of illusions. I'm going to call you by your name, Luke. I'm going to talk to you man to man, just like I'm going to talk to Lit Fuse man to man. Both of y'all coming in here thinking that this entire situation is something that you can do and ignore the alpha. Absolutely fucking not. See, I come to represent the GOP, the gods of promos among you peons. And since the rest of y'all refuse to fall in line, refuse to put your hand over your heart and pledge allegiance to the GOP, they've sent me to come and clean up this division. Clean up every single one of y'all's acts. Just like the intro foretold, America's champion has come back. The man has come around. The alpha has come to reclaim. I'm coming to get a taste of something that I ain't never had before. That Havoc championship, baby. And I know this sounds a little different than what y'all been used to the past couple weeks. the past couple months, right? Y'all ain't felt this fire from the Alpha in a while. It's just I got something for y'all. I'm hungry. I'm missing a piece of myself. And Luke and Lit Fuse won't stand in front of me and say, hey, you ain't got the juice. You ain't got the hunger in your eyes no more. Boy, don't tell me what I got. I'm going to look you dead in your face and show you what I got. So, when the Alpha comes to town, like the GOP foretells, it's either you get down, you lay down, or I put you down. Lit Fuse want to go around running his dick lickers all day. Cool, that's fine with me. So when I put my foot in that motherfucker, cut that shit. Luke, you want to talk about Master of Illusions? Hey, illusions are fake. You are a fake phony. You don't deserve to be in the same conversation, in the same sentence, in the same place as the Alpha. I'm a man among boys, a shark in a pond full of koi. This ain't no ploy, this ain't no game. This real life. So the next time y'all put my name in y'all mouth, make clearly sure that you put the champion next to it, your champion next to it. So, with a clean conscience, that I've done what I have to do to cleanse the promo verse of all threats, both foreign and domestic, the rest of you peons that know what's good for you. Lit Fuse, Luke Thompson, raise your ass up. Put your hand over your heart and pledge allegiance to the GOP. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Fuck ass boys.
Y'all hear that? That silence. That's what happens when people realize the most dangerous man in the room just started talking. And right now in WGP, there's only one man that the entire locker room keeps looking over their shoulder for, and that is the lit guy. Not because they respect me, but because they know at any moment I can walk in, flip a table over, and take whatever the fuck I want. You see, this place runs on attention, on noise, on buzz. But I don't just move the needle around here. I am the fucking machine. Every time my name gets mentioned, the temperature goes up 10 degrees. Every time my music hits, the air gets heavy. Because everybody watching knows what time it is with me. I'm in God mode. And unfortunately, for the two poor souls standing across from me, that storm is about to land directly on your fucking heads. AJ Davis, the Alpha? Man, that nickname has got to be the biggest lie that you have ever told. You're not an Alpha, you're the GOP's little hall monitor. The self-appointed secret service of the gods of promo. You stand behind them puffing out your chest like you protecting something. Protecting what? Their microphones? Their ego? Let me guess, their coffee orders. Because from where I'm standing, you look less like security and more like the guy who holds the jackets while grown men are talking. And the way you dress, man, you look like someone shook a homeless shelter and you fell out the front door. But we've all heard your excuses. You don't have to dress sharp like the rest of the GOP because you're the lackey. Because no one wants to see a monkey in a suit. And you said that with pride. That's the saddest part about you, AJ. You didn't just accept being the help. You embraced it. But let's get one thing straight. You're not the help. You are the example. The example of what happens when somebody forgets who they're standing across from. Because the last time we crossed paths, I didn't just beat you. I embarrassed you. I whipped your ass the same way Sweet Pea whipped on them YNs and Baby Boy. And I'm sure you remember that. Backhand, front hand, standing there looking helpless while the whole world watched you get disciplined. And now you crawled back into my path again? That's not courage, AJ. That's you volunteering for another public humiliation. But don't worry, I'm gonna make this real quick. Because honestly, AJ, you're not even the most irrelevant person in this match. That honor belongs to the illusionist, Luke Thompson. Now, Luke, I tried. I really tried. I tried to find something worth mentioning, something worth acknowledging. But the problem is, you call yourself an illusionist and have never produced a single trick. No cards, no vanish, no spectacle, nothing. You're the only illusionist in history whose greatest trick is making the audience wish you'd disappear. You're not mysterious, you're annoying. You're the buzzing fly in the room while lions are eating. And the flies don't get speeches, they get swatted. So Luke, consider yourself the warm-up act for what I'm really about to do to AJ Davis. Because this is simple truth. The whole situation, it isn't a contest. This is a lesson. A lesson about what happens when two background characters wander into the spotlight of the main villain. Because that's what I am now. Not the hero, not the underdog, not the good guy. I'm the bully at the top of the food chain. The man who walks into the room and takes your lunch money just because I can. And right now, in WGP, nobody can stop me. Not your little GOP clubhouse, not the fake magician gimmick. Not 2 of you, not 5 of you. Hell, line the whole fucking roster up if you want, because the outcome stays the same. I walk in, I take over, and I leave bodies as the reminder. So AJ Davis, Luke Thompson, when you step in front of me, understand exactly what you're signing up for. You're not stepping into a fight. You're stepping into an execution carried out by the man who runs this entire show. The lit god doesn't share the spotlight. I am the spotlight.
Lit Fuse, ladies and gentlemen, Lit Fuse coming in and getting a big win, showing why he is the very essence of Havoc. And ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a showing from the former WGP World Champion Alpha. What an interesting performance from the illusionist, Luke Thompson. But now it's time to stay with the action. We're going to head on over to the foundation side as we will see Mr. Emerson take on Sander Cool. Let's get down to Petey Bufferton and that action.
It's a war between 2 countries, an international incident, if you will. It's Dean Emerson going one-on-one with Sander here at Starting Point.
Foundation. How wonderful it is, how beautiful a night. Tonight is Starting Point, and tonight we get to see the beginnings of Sanders. Hell, you already knew who I am. This isn't nothing new. But it's supposed to be a new place with new beginnings because of new management. And they put me up against Sanders. That can tell me only one of 2 things. Either one, they want to see Sanders start from the bottom, see if he can grind all the way to the top, or 2, they want to see what Sanders really got. If he's got anything at all. Test him against one of the veterans around here. See if he can hang. See if he's got the right stuff. Now, Sanders, it's your job here tonight, hopefully, that you've gone out, done your homework. Talk to everybody about Mr. Emerson. Emerson. I hope that you're not going to come out with the same repetitive, already heard about 100 times things that we've all heard, like I have too many names, or I like to talk about myself, or the matter of fact that I'm Canadian, or blame me for this, that, and the next. Hopefully, Sanders, you'll rise above everybody else. But I've got a feeling, Sanders, that deep down somewhere, you're not willing to bank it all on yourself. You're not willing to push all in on you. See, here, Sanders, is the difference between me and you. I like betting on myself because I believe in myself. See, Sanders, you're not coming into this with you having the leg up. No, you're in my domain, Sanders. You're playing my game. I'm the house. And if you know anything, the house always wins, Sanders. So you can come out here and regurgitate and give out all the facts that we've already heard that will not win you the match. You gotta rise above the rest, Sanders, and I don't see it in you. I do see that you look like a deer in the headlights. And even though you might throw out a hype, guess who was there first? Guess who was already on the ball? So I can already tell, Sanders, that you don't see me as very much as competition. Well, that's a good thing. Because, Sanders, I'm not looking past you. I see you as another obstacle, and when obstacles get in my way, I destroy them. So here tonight, I'll take you pillar to post, coast to coast, and feast on whatever carcass that's left. Because I'm the beast from the east. So, Sanders, welcome to Foundation, welcome to Starting Point, and welcome to you never getting off the ground.
See, Foundation, it's important to have a good start. It's important to have a place to begin. And that's what's going to happen at Starting Point here. See, at Starting Point, I'm meeting someone new. I'm meeting someone who could give me that fresh start. Even after what happened in the tag team tournament. But you see, the tag team tournament was supposed to be special. It was supposed to be what needed to happen. I'm gonna move on. You see, Jeannie, I'm glad to meet you at Starting Point. I'm glad you and I are going to see each other. I'm glad that you're getting the opportunity to witness what a real opportunist looks like. You see, as an opportunist, I like to give opportunities out. I like to give people chances to improve themselves and to make something more of themselves. And that's what I'm doing with this meeting. See, I'm getting my first start. I'm getting to start and leave something for me. I'm getting to leave an impression on you. And with that impression, I can use to jump further into the foundation. But that's not all. See, once I'm done with you, I'm coming right back to where it all began for me. I'm going after any champion in the foundation. I'm going to get some gold in 2026 here in the foundation. And I don't care who I need to beat, who I need to meet. Because this is going to be my year. This is going to be the year where I finally start making an impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sander Cole did his best to try to take down Mr. Emerson, but he couldn't quite get the job done. Wow, what a night of exciting promo action here in the Promoverse. But we can't stop here. Now it's time to see Allison Black take on Smart Psychology's very own Grayson Lee. Let's get down to the action.
Two rising WGP stars go at it head-to-head on the biggest stage as Allison Black goes one-on-one with Grayson Lee here at Starting Point.
Oh, Allison. Hi, girl. Welcome to our match of destiny here at the WGP Starting Point. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to expose Allison Black for the fraud that she is. She is not a leader of a women's revolution. And I got 3 reasons and a whole math equation to expose her for who she is. Number 1, Allison Black versus the Prophecy King Mac Millie in their match in another promotion. That was so goddamn bad, it reminded me of Kim Kardashian's sex tape. 4-1, right? The second one, this one's more self-inflicted than anything else. You versus my cousin for the WGP Havoc Championship. Main event, spotlight all on you. You talking all that shit leading up to the match. What happened when that match fucking happened? Your ass fumbled so damn bad that the Ben Simmons Atlanta Hawks series is a pale comparison. And number 3, and this one is the one that hurts me the most because I was here to see this L. I was part of this L. When I appeared on your show, on you and Matt T's show, right? When your own team questioned you for booking a match against Vane because they did not believe in your capabilities, what did you do instead? Instead of running head on to face the scrutiny, you decide to walk off and run away like a little bitch because it exposed your insecurities. Means that you aren't even in true faith of your own capabilities as a promo artist. Which leads me to give you and everybody else here at the WGP/Foundation locker room this. Alright? Ego divided by results equals fracture. Entitlement versus hype equals illusion. Leader minus wins equals enhancement. Entitlement plus narrative minus results equals everything that you are, Allison. Nothing. Not anything at all whatsoever. Other than you being a smart enhancement talent. Because once I'm done with you here, you're not going to be 0-1. You're not going to be 0-2. You're going to be 0-3. Woo! Well, I'm Grayson Lee, and I'm everywhere but nowhere. And guess what? You just got hit with the experience, Allison.
You are down on your knees again, trying to fight it, to breathe. I can sense that breath. I can sense that urgency in your mind and in your brain, Grayson. I can sense that blood. The thing about the human body is the more you study it, the more you can understand the man or woman that's in front of you. Grayson, I've been studying you. I've been watching you. I'm not impressed by you. You have all the potential in the world, but you come out here and can't muster up. You can't give me the decency to show your face in a hype. That graphic. Me being a puppet. Are you the puppeteer? You're not. I'm here to control every aspect of this match. I'm here to control the narrative. In this story, you are on your knees. You are begging for forgiveness. You are begging me for mercy. You are begging me to stop. As the blood trickles down your face, and you gasp, and you gasp. Grayson, I won't coddle you like Mama Purge. I won't show you mercy like your brother. I will be Havoc incarnated! At the end of this, you will be no more.
Grayson Lee has picked up a huge win over Allison Black. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, 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 what a performance from both competitors. Dare I say, that was one of the best performances I have seen from both competitors. Now, if you've been following along, you know that early in February we started our annual blind date tournament where we took random promo artists and randomized their pairings and made them team up and go on some dates. And tonight, we have the finals. The Court of Blood consisting of the Masters Sean Puff and Cruella DeVant taking on Evil Incorporated's own Dr. Duke and Kevin Wolf. This is the finals. Who will cash their ticket to Tag Team Glory? Let's get down to the good golly action.
Who will get called for the second date? And who will get left broken hearted? It's the finals of the Blind Date Tournament. Evil Incorporated versus the Court of Blood here at Starting Point.
scripture says, beware false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. But the scripture forgets to mention something else. Sometimes fools come dressed as wolves. Kevin Wolf, you parade around this promoverse howling at the moon like you're some rabid prophet of chaos, like madness itself chose you as its vessel. Well, let me correct the record. You're not madness, you're not chaos, you're not danger. You're a man barking in the dark, hoping someone mistakes the noise for thunder. But thunder comes from storms, and storms come from the sky. I am the storm, the warlock of words, the reaper of realms, the harbinger of havoc. And when the thunder speaks, wolves stop howling, they start running.
Dangerous? But I have lived through centuries of real madness. Empires collapsing, kings losing their minds, civilizations drowning in blood. You are not crazy. You are loud. And loud men die very quickly.
Now, Dr. Doof. Ah, Doctor. You've spent this whole tournament bouncing through time like a man trying to outrun his own expiration date. Inventing, scheming, pretending destiny owes you a moment. But let me tell you the truth the universe has been whispering behind your back. You're not due, you're overdue. Overdue like rotten meat left in the sun. Overdue like a joke told too many times. Overdue like a man who stayed around long enough to believe survival is the same thing as greatness. Doctor, you didn't arrive at the finals because you were destined. You arrived because the clock ran out everywhere else. And now the hands of the clock are pointing directly at midnight.
Dr. Doof, you simple little fool. You think your cleverness will protect you? You think your little adventures through time means you are special? But time does not protect you. Time only makes the blood richer. And when the bell rings, I will drink every second you wasted.
And that brings us to the Blind Dates Tournament. A tournament that believed itself to be random. Partners chosen by chance, names drawn from shadows, but destiny does not play games. Destiny draws circles, perfect circles, measured by the square and guided by the compasses, ancient geometry, sacred design, the same symbols carved into the floors of chambers where kings are made and buried. And standing inside that circle is a new order of this promo-verse, the Court of Blood.
The hunger of the night and the hands that commands it. Together, we are not partners. We are rulers. The Court of Blood will rule the tag team division. Not for a moment, not for a season, but until the fires of the earth is rising.
Because prophecy speaks of a day yet to come. A gathering of devils. A house built from flame. A club that believes hellfire itself gives them dominion over the night. When that day comes, when brimstone rises and the gates of fire open, perhaps the darkness will finally have a worthy challenger. But that moment is not yet.
I will watch the fear arise. Not the madness you hide behind. The real. The moments when your bodies understand understand that the predators standing right in front of her are not playing games.
Kevin Wolf, Dr. Doof, Evil Incorporated. You thought this tournament was your story. You thought the finals were your triumph. But you have misunderstood the design, because every ritual requires a sacrifice, and every kingdom must show the world what happens when fools wander into the dark believing they are hunters. Tonight, the Court of Blood takes the throne, and the Jesters become the ashes. So says the Master.
And so mote it be.
In the shadows of the shadows, where darkness casts a darker darkness, I have walked where the night refuses to remember its own name. For evil is not evil, unless evil knows that the evil is being watched by a greater evil. You speak of fangs, you whisper of blood, but I am the echo of the howl that the wolf forgot before the moon remembers its existence.
You look ridiculous.
No, it's genius. Sean Puff dresses like he wandered through the Spirit Halloween bargain bin on November 3rd. And he speaks of shadows, fire, and destiny. And when it's over, we have no idea what he said.
Kevin, turn off the dimmer switch, take off that ridiculous hood, and for evil's sake, remember, we are Evil Incorporated. For them, evil is just a cosplay. For us, evil is ingrained. It is something that we live. It's in our mission statement.
I get what you're saying, man. Sean Puff, what happened to you, man? You used to be one of the most dominant figures here in WGP. Not just in WGP, but as a whole, the entire company. And then you lost to somebody who was here for maybe a cup of coffee and disappeared. And your entire career hasn't been the same since. You have disgraced WGP, and you have disgraced Foundation, and you have disgraced this entire company as a whole. And tonight, you're going to do what you always do in these big situations, and that's be disappointed and let everybody down. Because Dr. Doof and I are going to do what's his name did to you when he ended your reign. And that's play spoilers to your little parade. We're going to prove that you can be beat. We're going to prove that we are the most coherent team that has ever been in this tournament, and we've been that way since day one. We have proven everybody wrong. We have proven that getting to this point was not a fluke. And we're going to prove that all of our wins up to this point has led to the big finale of us being tag team champions. And you're just disappointed.
Every legend has a dark origin story. Dracula had a castle. Phantom had a mask and an opera house. Your rise to darkness began in aisle 7, next to the fog machines, and the words, all sales are final. You don't have a lore, you have a receipt. Cruella de Vamp. I said your name 3 times in the mirror, and instead of a bloodthirsty creature of the night, I got the only vampire in history who sucks and still can't draw money. You don't haunt arenas, you haunt Spirit Halloween on November 1st, asking if the plastic fangs are returnable. You don't strike fear in the hearts, you strike clearance tags. And the scariest part of it all, it's not the kids in the back, it's not the makeup, it's not even the accent. It's that somewhere deep down, you actually think that this is working. You think that the fangs make you mysterious. You think the gimmick makes you dangerous. You think the name makes you immortal. But legends live forever, and trends get placed into a plastic bin and stored in someone's garage until next November. You're not eternal, you're seasonal.
I know we ain't at the bar, but can I entertain us with a little ditty about our favorite discount Bella Swan?
Croon away!
Corrada-da-van, Corrada-da-van. Tonight ends the dream of being a champ. So snap your cape, bare your teeth, send your kids away to camp. Corella, Corella the Vamp.
That's sure to be a #1 hit, unlike our opponents after tonight.
Master Puff, Corella the Vamp, let's talk about you both right now. Let's talk about how you both have barely skated by each and every single opponent that you have come across. Let's talk about how inconsistently you two have been. How Master Puff had to slow himself down and become basically the Benzino of the team just so you could look good. Corella, we have been the most dominant team in this entire damn tournament. We've completely mowed through Blunt Rowe and Sander Cool. People said we didn't have a chance, and we clean swept the former Blueprint champion. That is the fake OG member known as Mad T, who can't even get the name of his own damn team right, yet alone get a win over me. We have dominated and assured us to be the favorite. Hell, even though you have the former Havoc champion on your team, you two are still considered to be the underdog for a change. This is ours to win. You two can't even get your story together, yet alone get us a reason why we should have not win this tournament.
When the brackets were first announced, the whispers began, Wolf. First round, elimination. They are just too incompatible. Heaven, we are not incompatible. We are not ironic. We're not the seasonal accessories hanging between Sexy Pirate and Discount Grim Reaper. We are infrastructure. While the Court of Blood was learning how to brew it in a clearance aisle, we were drafting blueprints. While Puff was practicing his haunted audiobook voice in the mirror, we were engineering inevitability. Let's talk about incompatibility. Corella the Vamp, I need no master. Puff, bow before my darkness. Which is it? Are we ruling the night, or are we filling out shared custody paperwork for the moon? You cannot be both the alpha. You cannot both be the prophecy Mac Millie might sue. You cannot both demand the spotlight in a team that survives on fog machines and unresolved childhood poetry. Evil Inc. understands hierarchy. I am the founder, the visionary, the certified evil genius with a laminated mission statement. Kevin is the weaponized execution of that vision, structure, chemistry, strategy. And here's the difference. You play evil, we practice it. You sell mystique, we manufacture outcomes. You built a vibe, we built momentum. And when the fog clears, when the fake accents go away, when the capes are folded and the receipt is crumpled, the only thing left standing is Evil Incorporated. And this isn't a trend, it's a takeover.
Evil Inc. makes no mistake about who we are and who we are not. We are legitimately. In Court of Blood, you didn't walk into the spirit of Halloween to find your costumes. You walked in there to find your personalities. And even then, you needed assistance.
Contenders for the Foundation WGP Unified Tag Team Championships and earning 2 points for WGP, the Court of Blood. Ladies and gentlemen, Evil Incorporated has had one hell of a run, and dare I say, I hope this isn't the last we've seen of them, but the Court of Blood showed up, showed out, and took no prisoners in this blind gate tournament. They will receive a future tag team championship opportunity, and they earned those oh so precious points. But now, it's time. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event, as we will see our reigning, defending Foundation World Good Golly Champion, Franklin Benjamin, as he takes on one of, if not the very best in this game, the Unfiltered. Let's get down to the action.
It is now time for the main event of Starting Point. Tensions have been brewing, and everything comes to a head as Franklin Benjamin defends the World Championship against the unfiltered Grant Miller.
Everlasting
Aw, Grant. Unfiltered. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. I know you thought tonight was your big moment here in the Foundation. You was going to go on to face Franklin Benjamin in the main event for the Foundation title, but the truth is, that's my moment. And you took that away from me. You and the judges cheated, knowing damn well I whooped your ass and I should have won that #1 contenders match. But that's why we're here, because AT is here to start a revolution. Me and my guys standing right behind me, because we're sick of this shit, Foundation. We're sick of the shit that you gotta do to people like us. So here's what's gonna happen. You are going to continue to lay here like the bitch that you are, and I will go on to be in the main event and face Franklin Benjamin and win my Foundation title. So if you ain't know, now you know. This is my goddamn show. Welcome to the Hellfire Club. You fascinate me, Frankie. You walk around this place sounding like you're running for office. Cheap suits, rehearsed speeches, quoting Trump slogans. Out here shaking hands with your dusty ass claws and kissing babies with your nasty ass infested snout and eating flat redneck asses along the way. Not to mention you smile for cameras and suddenly the system hands you a fucking crown. And the funniest part is you actually call yourself the system. But revolutions don't campaign inside systems, Frank. They burn shit down. Speaking of fire, let's go back to the moment you tried to warm your hands up next to mine, the World Cup. That's when the whole world saw what was really going on. While you were giving speeches about the fight, I was actually in it. The racist bad guys weren't coming for you, fuck boy, they were coming for me. I was the one defending Foundation, going toe to toe with those bitches, while you stood on the sidelines trying to figure out how to make yourself a part of the moment. Because that's who you are. That's what politicians do. They show up after the fact and pretend they lit the match, trying to tell the world they were the ones leading it. But Franklin Benjamin, you didn't lead that moment. You begged to be a part of it. That's not leadership, that's desperation. And since you love talking about nation systems and leadership so goddamn much, let me show you what it actually looks like. While you're campaigning inside Foundation trying to convince people you were more than a shitty tag team specialist, I was rolling WGP as their world champion. Then the entire wrestling world came together for one competition, and what happened? I happened. Team gold for Foundation, silver gold for Foundation, and where were you? Behind me, bronze. And you wanna run the nation, huh? Well, congratulations, because I'm not interested in running nations. I'm interested in running the damn world. And that's exactly why I never paid much attention to you before. I was busy carrying companies on my back. I carried WGP as their champion. I carried Foundation's ratings and the prototype division. I carried the BWO. Award after award, performance after performance, the entire industry moving because AT stepped into the room. Because when I show up, people step up, production steps up, attire steps up, competition steps up, and when the World Cup turned ugly, I spoke up. I stood up. I fought back. That's power. That's a revolution. I make change. Now tell me something honestly. Has Franklin Benjamin ever carried a fucking promotion? No. You carried a faction. You carried a C-list world title with no home. And right now you carry that big ass head on those weak ass shoulders. But see, I carry the industry. So when I look at that championship, I know exactly what it's supposed to represent. And that title you're holding used to belong to monsters. Mr. Wallace, Young Gun, Bones, Jada Ace, Bobby Miller, for the most part, all apex killers, legends in the game, men who defined eras, and then there's you. You didn't conquer that throne, you inherited it. You slipped into power when the era was quiet. When me and all the real monsters were gone, and now, after all that time, you stand on the edge of history, and that's the part that makes me feel bad for you. One more defense, and fucking Benjamin becomes the longest reigning Foundation champion of all time. But unfortunately for you, I have terrible timing because the worst thing that could ever happen to your legacy just happened, and I finally had time to pay attention. And once I gave my prototype title to Gully Guns, there was only one world title that I wanted, the Foundation title. And fuck boy, I will stop at nothing to take it. You think you're the system, you think you run this place, but revolutions don't campaign, they overthrow. When Franklin Benjamin talks, people listen. When Franklin Benjamin goes to the polls, people vote. But when revolution arrives, systems fall. And Franklin Benjamin, the hellfire is finally coming for you. So if you ain't know, now you know. I am AT, the future foundation champion, and this is my damn show.
The following has been paid for by the gods of Pro. Ladies and gentlemen, Foundation, welcome to Starting Point, the greatest show. Now let's talk about my opponent tonight, AT, because tonight, the thespian, the storyteller, the man who loves drama finally gets the role he's been auditioning for his entire career, bigly. So AT, let me say something first. I respect you. I do. I introduced you at the World Cup. I stood there and told the world who AT was, and the crowd applauded because you're one of the greats. WGP World Champion for a couple months. BWO World Champion. Impressive. Current BWO Tag Team Champion. Congratulations. Former Prototype Champion because your opponent was a quitter, but it still counts. Titles everywhere. Everywhere except here. Except Starting Point. Except this title. Except in my house. And tonight, AT, you're finally finding out why. You see, AT loves telling stories. That's what he does. He's a thespian. He crafts cinema in the ring. Beautiful moments, dramatic arcs, Oscar-worthy monologues. But here's the problem, AT. This isn't a movie. This isn't a script. There's no director yelling cut. There's no editing room where you can rewrite that ending. This is the main event of Starting Point, the greatest show in the promo-verse, and you're standing across from the greatest world champion this business has ever seen. Believe me. Now AT loves bringing up the EWN, how they slighted him and he overcame. He loves it, so let's talk about that. We were supposed to do this dance there, the big showdown, the moment, the cinematic clash, and AT didn't even show up. Because they're racist or something. And let me guess, I'm an Uncle Tom, so they put me over. Fake news, read the book. But tonight you finally decided to overcome the man and walk into the lion's den. And honestly, I'm glad you did because AT, this is the match I've wanted for so damn long. And here's the funny thing, AT thinks he's clever. He thinks he's walking into this match with a master plan. He thinks tonight is the night he catches Franklin Benjamin off guard. He thinks he's the hero, walking into the third act, the top of the villain. But AT, you beautiful, theatrical idiot. You fell right into the trap because I told everybody months ago this is what happens when the villain wins. And I'm the villain who keeps winning and winning and winning. And this is the No Respect Tour. And who better to beat on that tour than the legendary AT, the legend, the great performer, the man who thinks charisma can save him. But let me break something down for you because you love drama, you love character work, you love the show. You'll stand here tonight and talk about who you think Franklin Benjamin really is. You'll spin narratives. You'll make the crowd believe some fake news. But here's the problem. The facts don't care about your performance. And the facts are simple. Everything I've done across the promoverse speaks for itself. World titles, main events, everywhere. You can scream fake news all night long, but the numbers don't lie. The record books don't lie. I make this the greatest show. And when the dust settles tonight, you won't be able to lie either, because this is my night, my title, my moment. And AT, you can bring whoever the hell you want. Bring the Vagabond, the Master, Phil Marshall, Grant Miller, Don Krypton. Hell, bring the devil himself. It won't matter. Oh, and one more thing. Unfiltered, that pay-to-play nonsense, you tried to spin it like it was business. Please, everybody knows what that was. That was you dodging the ass beating you were about to get from me tonight. But I don't care who I face, because none of them want me here. None of them want to stand across from me themselves. Not a single one of them wants me to come. But AT, I'm gonna come, and it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna make history, because tonight your plan fails, and I go on to cement my name in the history books. And I'll say this again so everyone hears it clearly. You're one of the greatest to ever do this. No doubt, no question. Your legacy is secure, but tonight you're stepping into the one place your resume doesn't cover. Tonight you're stepping into the one arena where your story ends the wrong way, because when that bell rings, there's no dodging, no scripting, no editing. Just you, just me, and the Foundation World Championship. And AT, believe me when I say this, the ending of this story is already written, and that ending has the championship still around my waist with you looking at me. And you're gonna understand why villains win. You're gonna understand why the No Respect Tour exists. And most importantly, you're gonna respect Franklin Benjamin. And you're gonna understand exactly why it is now and always will be all about the Benjamins.
Benjamins and in the gods we trust.
I'm Franklin Benjamin, and I approve this message.
Your winner and still Foundation World Champion, Franklin Benjamin. Ladies and gentlemen, Franklin Benjamin, how in the hell has he done it? But let's talk about what happened. The Hellfire Club has finally revealed themselves. It appears to be the Master Sean Puff, the Vagabond, and AT. And they are not asking. They are taking. They took out the Unfiltered. AT inserted himself in the main event. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't even know if we really just had a real match. But Franklin Benjamin has been called the winner. But what does this mean for the Foundation? What does this mean for WGP? A cross-promotion faction. Oh my God, the Hellfire Club took out Grant Miller. I need you to understand the significance of that. They took the Megalodon down. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an incredible starting point. All 3 days has had a little something for everybody. I would like to thank you all from the very bottom of my Hollywood Haywood heart for all of your hard work and dedication. Until next time, stay good to each other.
Well, clone, Turning Point was a disappointment. The blind date did not go as we expected, but it's time to work on our next evil.
Dr. Doof, we had an arrangement, but you overstepped your boundaries. Your lease is up. My office, now.